I feel like we skipped winter this year, right? Yeah, you're right. Other than January, it was a pretty mild winter. So I've been thinking lately. Hear me out. Let me test this theory out. You know how people normally migrate out of the Midwest and go south because it's warmer. People don't want to deal with snow, cold air. They don't want to deal with the winter. And so usually Illinois, especially Chicago, it's one of the highest places where people are migrating out of. What if, because of our mild winters, we actually do a 180? Instead of being so many people migrating out, what if we get so many people coming back in because they want a little bit more seasonality, where they just don't want sunny and humid all year round, but they get some. You can see some snowfall. You get to enjoy some fall and spring weather, but otherwise winter isn't terrible. You get snow here and there, so you get to see it, but it's not depressing. It's not all winter long. And what if we actually see the reverse happen? A lot of people actually move back to the Midwest, and who knows, even prices go up even more because of all the people coming back in. Is this whole theory your excuse to keep buying real estate over here? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it sounds good in theory. We'll see what actually happens in reality, but we'll watch the market and see if that ends up happening. Speaking of the market, you should have seen what happened last month. I was honestly expecting, with how warm February was, that the spring market maybe started a little bit earlier, but we actually saw February to be almost identical to January, and it was very similar in both months. For example, we always talk about sales prices stayed completely stagnant month over month here in the winter market, even though February kind of felt like spring sometimes. And you know what? We had the same story with days in the market, basically how long a house sat on the market. Again, basically identical January to February. But I will say, even though sales prices and days on the market stayed stagnant month over month, with the warmer February, I think it was like the hottest February we've ever had here in the Chicagoland area. Showings blew off the roof. We saw so many more showings per house on the market. In Cook County, we had 10 showings per house on the market. In Dupage, we had 16 buyers come through a house that was on the market. That's more than July of last year, and we're here in February already seeing these numbers. Even though it didn't result in higher sales prices and higher closings, we're seeing activity starting. And when activity starts, usually that means down the line, more sales are going to come and more sales are going to result in that. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how March comes up, and we'll see how the spring market acts. So if you want to stay in touch with the real estate market here in the Chicagoland area, and you want to know what buyers are doing, what prices are doing, what the market looks like, make sure to keep following so that you can stay informed, so you can know what's happening here in your backyard in the Chicagoland area.